Meteorologist Lainey Pope, who is here to tell us where the storm is right now and what we can expect here in the Triad tonight. Lainey?
Well, the storm right now is in the extreme eastern part of South Carolina, not too far from Myrtle Beach, close to the state line. You're taking a look at the winds whipping the trees about at the campus of Elon University, where I woke up this morning, got word from a friend that they were out of power there on the campus, and I knew that this would be a long day. You know, we've got some impacts from Ian that are going to be moving in Friday evening. That is tonight. The heaviest rains and the highest winds will be moving in. They've just started over the last couple of hours. This will continue into the early overnight, and then by tomorrow morning we'll see the rain and wind kind of lessening across the area. We're anticipating some flash flooding. We don't have any flash flood warnings yet, and rainfall's been around an inch or less in most communities, but some 3 to 5 inches is possible. It's been the winds so far that have been the issue. They've been knocking down trees and power lines across the area. The storm track, as we talked about at the top of the newscast, will take this area of low pressure, this post-tropical Ian, directly over the Triad. It looks like by late tonight. You can see some of the bands of heavy rain that have yet to reach us, and they will be moving in. Now, some of the highest wind gusts today, of course, have been farther to the east and to the southeast, where wind gusts at 50 to 70 miles an hour from Fayetteville down to Myrtle Beach as well as Charleston. These are all storm damage reports as a result of Ian already across our area, and some in the Piedmont Triad. Most of these are trees down, power lines down. We did have one report in Randolph County, and that one was of a roof that was ripped off of a mobile home on the Cedar Road and Central Avenue area there in Asheboro. We are hoping that we don't see a lot more of this, but I do think, unfortunately, the winds may get stronger as we go through this evening. Our wind gusts right now are averaging anywhere between 35 and 45 miles per hour, mostly across the Triad. That's where we have the highest winds, a little less just to the north and west. Tropical storm warning, of course, is out for the Piedmont Triad for those strong winds, and National Weather Service putting up a wind advisory for winds of 40 to 50 miles an hour in our mountain and foothill communities. Maximum wind gusts over the last 24 hours, you've seen them in the mid-40s across the Piedmont Triad, but as we go through tonight, we'll look for those to be much higher. Notice you can actually see the center of this area of low pressure in here by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, as the winds will start to lessen and that low will work its way north of the border there into Virginia. We could have wind gusts, though, between now and then of some 50, 60 miles an hour. The other component to this is flooding, so that flood watch has been extended. It was earlier this morning to include the mountains and the foothills, because excessive rain is what we are anticipating. So we're in that moderate category from the Storm Prediction Center, meaning yes, we are anticipating some flooding from this, and it would be flash flooding, streams, creeks, things like that, roadways as well. We encourage you not to go out, especially after dark, because it'll make it more difficult to see what's happening on the roads. We've already had an inch of rain in Burlington. We've already had close to a half of an inch in places like Mount Airy and Winston-Salem. There will be lulls, like you're seeing a little bit of a lull here, and then heavier bands will pick up and move across the area as we go through the night. Heaviest rain right now is just northeast of Asheboro. You're also seeing some flashes of lightning with this. I think most of that is going to be confined to the southeastern part of the Triad and down east, where they have the tornado threat that is mostly east of I-95. Again, we're not done with this rain. This storm system is going to slowly work its way northward into our area, and we'll see those rain bands continue. I do think as we get into the overnight, the brunt of the heavy rain is kind of lifting in by Saturday morning into Virginia and kind of moving away from us during the day tomorrow. So I'm going to keep in a chance of at least a couple of showers around tomorrow, but as that storm is expected to work its way to the north, I do think we'll see less rain in our weekend forecast. Now, for tomorrow, I've kept in the clouds, though, so it's still going to be kind of gloomy, and it'll still be kind of cool. The winds will come down, and the rain chances will taper off as well. Your Saturday plans in the foothills have some clouds, possibly a shower, and in the mountains, we're looking at temperatures that are in the low 50s. We're also seeing some continued showers in the mountains because you're closer to that area of low pressure. Let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. There is hope for some sunshine in here, maybe as soon as Monday, and maybe some 70s in here by the middle part of next week.